This is Amused Live, and I am Mark Dolan, in the company of a very funny, talented character comedian, Mark Fuller, aka Basil Jamm.
How do you do, sir?
Good to see you, man.
Pleasure.
So this is obviously, you know, the way that you're dressed is the character of Basil Jamm.
Basil Jamm, yeah.
Who is very showbiz.
Very showbiz. Too much showbiz, if anything.
Never. Can't have too much showbiz. The crowd loved it tonight, and you were therefore the successful semi-finalist going through to the final of the Amused New Comedian Award.
Absolutely, how exciting.
Yeah, yeah, must be. I mean, you've just been going about a year, which is no time. That's a nanosecond in comedy.
Yeah, not very long at all.
You got your first final.
Yeah, that's amazing. No words.
What audiences need to know, if they haven't seen a clip of you on YouTube, is that, well, could you describe Basil and the act?
Well, we decided niche but accessible.
Right.
That's a beautiful phrase.
Very good.
How to describe? I can't really compare him to anything because it's...
No.
There's a lot of music and there's a lot of sound effects, there's a lot of vocal effects, there's too many microphones involved.
Yeah.
And it's very over-the-top, flashy. He's just a guy that thinks he's Mr. Showbiz,
right,
and plays up to that, and just, yeah, he's a bit of a tosser.
But a very lovable tosser. That's lovable the thing. Tosser, he's not arrogant. He's not conceited.
No, surprisingly, not too arrogant.
No, and the thing about it is, it's very subtle. It's a lot of the humour is wonderfully sort of slight, and you know, it's some of it might be lost on certain audience members.
Yes,
and have you had shows where people haven't quite got Basil?
Yes, because some of it is quite subtle, and I quite like that. I'm a big fan of subtle.
Because it's on lots of levels, isn't it? And it's a bit ironic. And
yeah, and it's very special because only a few people pick up on that.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I got that, but no one else did.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just classic gags there, sort of one-liners and puns. I used to do before Basil, just one-liners and puns.
Yeah.
And obviously I saw the jacket and turned him into a kind of shift Mr. Showbiz.
I see, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it works very well, and it's quite an effort with the technology because I mean, while I was on, you needed a couple of minutes just to plug everything in. But even before the gig, you need time to set up. Is that right?
Yeah. So I set everything up. So I do a setup, and then set it up again, and then turn it all on, and then we're ready to go. As easy as that.
But it's
the comedy is as easy as that.
Worth trouble. Where did you find the jacket that created the character?
Well, I've had many jackets. Too many.
Okay.
So this is the one that is the sort of is doing the best job at the moment.
Yeah.
So I had one very similar to this. I've had on Amazon.
Well,
of course, you get everything on Amazon.
Everything's on Amazon. Well, you have a long and no pun intended glittering career ahead of you, and therefore this jacket. I'm going to touch it now.
Please do. Hey, it goes both ways.
Without damaging it. I think it's going to be in the Victoria and Albert Museum in a couple of decades' time. And so you've been going about a year. What made you become a performer? Because it's a strange thing to do, isn't it?
It is, yeah, to make that decision as well. Well, I'm a musician as well, which is why there's a lot of music involved.
Right. Yeah.
And that's where I get a lot of my ideas from as well. So I listen.
And you record all of the music stings and everything. That's your own work.
Yeah,
your own compositions.
That's it. Yeah. So a lot of stuff done. I do my homework.
Yeah.
And then practice it, and then put it into the performance. Musician before, and then I thought, oh, I could do comedy, because I'm a big fan of comedy.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, it's as easy, it's completely different.
Of course it is.
Completely different. Even your first 5 minutes, that's tough crap. But so the music performance was there.
I think that there's such a crossover, isn't there, between musicians and comedians, and they always say that comedians want to be rock stars that just didn't have the musical talent.
Yes.
Or then there are musicians who are naturally funny. Who think of themselves as, you know. But I think the difference is that, you know, in between songs, a bit of like banter with the audience. The music audiences are a bit more forgiving than comedy audiences, aren't they? The comedy audience is like, show me the money.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
You know, make us laugh, funny man.
Yeah.
It's very tense. Very tense.
I think it's the only art form where whether the audience is having a good time or not is not, you know, is very clear. You know, because acting, drama, you don't know if this performance of King Lear is going well or not.
No, absolutely.
Because the reaction is the same.
And you don't encourage anyone to heckle you at that point.
No, that's it. So it's very abstract. And similarly, most music will produce a reaction in the crowd where they move around a bit. But you don't know whether it's that necessarily.
No.
The comedians we know immediately.
Yes, yeah. But you could do a few gigs and you're not getting much from the audience. But like, oh man, I really enjoyed that.
Yes.
Oh, what was that? But as long, as long as they enjoy it.
What have you done with Basil to make him sort of more accessible and to connect with audiences, some of whom it's lost on?
I don't know. I don't think there's anything that I particularly tone down or tone up to cater to a specific audience, because I kind of just do what I think might be funny.
Yeah.
And so far, it's been pretty good.
Well, I think the audience enjoy it on various levels, and I think that's the genius of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as soon as you know that this guy, Basil Jamm, is a bit of a tosser, you can get on board, because I've done gigs where like, this guy's for real, isn't he? And it's kind of, no, but once you get past that, you get to have fun with it.
How about being more or less normally at most gigs the only character act on the bill? How do you feel about that? Is it harder?
Well, I demand that I don't go on first.
Right. Okay.
Because it's quite difficult to bring a character act on first, because you kind of got to warm people up.
Yeah, they kind of need to just be like spoken to, and you need someone that's like them to engage.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and just get you in the mood for something that's a bit different.
Yeah.
Because something different straight away is too much for everyone.
So we put you on maybe in the middle spot, or even to close, perhaps.
Well, that would be fantastic. I greatly appreciate that, Mark. Thank you.
Well, I wouldn't want to follow you actually, because with all the music stings and the jacket and everything, it's a very complete performance.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work for people to look at.
Well, it is, but also tonight you were the closing act. You were the last act in the semi-final, and it felt exactly right for you to be closing out the night. And I think it produced this great, it was the sweet spot where it was the end of the show. You came on, did something very different, and then you've gone and won the semi-final.
So maybe that was the right choice for me. Yeah,
I think
perfect. So. And obviously, I have to get rid of my gear.
So what's amazing is that you do other characters, right?
No, this is it.
Oh, is it?
Just Basil Jamm.
Oh, I was my research team have badly let me down.
Just Basil.
So it is just Basil. And is there any scope for other characters, or or are you going to commit to Basil?
Committing to Basil at the moment because it seems to be doing quite well.
Yeah, and you look a bit like Basil, similar hairstyle.
Yeah, similar hair. Yeah, and I've got all his clothes as well, so that fits perfectly.
How do you dress? Are there any crossover in dress sense? How much of this is Basil? How much is Mark?
These originally I got before Basil, so these are just plain black jeans. The shoes.
You say just plain, but they have a kind
of snakeskin.
Snakeskin finish.
So a little bit, I'm rock and roll influenced, so a little bit of that involved. The shoes I saw and I thought, well, that's obviously Basil Jamm.
Let's have a look at those. Amazing.
Get rid of that for a start.
So do you wear those like privately as well, or just when you're doing shows?
No, just when I'm doing shows. Yeah, to and fro.
They're delightful. They're like very posh slippers.
Very posh slippers, yeah. I do feel like Cinderella.
Maybe you can reclaim the glittery shoes from Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough gig.
It's a bit tricky. Good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
But I mean, you could bring it back as the thing. It's like we're allowed to wear glittery shoes again. Maybe a single white glove. Do you know what I mean? There's just a few things
possibly
that I'd like to be wearing, but feel it's not right at the moment.
That's it. If you bring it back and it's in good taste and innocent, it's absolutely fine.
Let's do it. By the way, you do have a job as well. You haven't quite been able to go professional full-time stand-up yet.
Not yet, no. But
it's coming.
It is. It's getting there.
So what do you do the rest of the time?
I'm paint and decorate by trade.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a bit of a grafter.
Not in that jacket.
In this jacket. No, of course not. I get paid.
That would be like your unique selling point.
It would, yeah. That's Jamm decorators.
So that's look. I mean, I always say to comics that you got to pay the bills. You got to eat.
You do have to pay. Yeah, I spend so much on gear, and I do have to eat at the same time. But
I actually think that the real the jobs which preclude a successful stand-up career are the really demanding office jobs.
Yes.
Because I remember years and years ago, and I wanted to do comedy, and I had a job in like telephone sales. Right. Which was really depressing, and I was on commission, and it was just the whole thing was really horrific. Yeah. But it was very demanding, mentally taxing, and I had a boss, and it was therefore like you'd go off to the gig and just be really like flaked out.
Yes, it's draining.
Dead behind the eyes. So then I embarked on a series of what I would call comedy jobs, which are jobs which lend themselves to you being able to be a comedian. So I found that just like working in a bar or a cafe.
But it's a stepping stone onto something you want to do.
That's it. And public facing.
That's it. And you believed in yourself, and look how far you got, Mark.
Exactly right. In the basement of a 4-star hotel.
That's it. Yeah. Living the dream, buddy.
So that's brilliant. So you do that. So do they know? Do your colleagues or any of your clients know that you're a comedian of an evening?
My dad does. Yeah, I work with my dad.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he knows. So, and he's very supportive of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So if I get a gig come up that demands a little bit of time.
He'll get someone else in to do the plastering.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your speciality? What are you good at?
Making a cup of tea.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. I don't drink tea myself.
Right.
Don't drink it myself, but I'm good at making it.
Of course you do.
And that's professional.
And what's your favourite bit of kit? What couldn't you do without? Spirit level?
Spirit level's always fun.
It's always nice. Phillips screwdriver.
I tell you what, I love the screwdrivers where you don't have to turn your hand.
Yeah,
it's like a locking mechanism.
It's almost magic.
It's almost magic. It works. It's beautiful. Highly recommend that.
There you go. Well, look, you will be not needing any of that equipment in a matter of days, frankly, because your comedy career beckons.
Let's do it.
You absolutely nailed it tonight. Brilliant set. You're funny. It's original. It's different. You look great. Hair's amazing.
Get out of here.
And I wish you really good luck at the Fringe.
Thank you so much.
It could be you this year.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. The wonderful Mark Fuller, aka Basil Jamm.